Hello, welcome back. Today I am going to be reacting to why does Britain own Gibraltar? This is a shorter video, 4 minutes, and a short animated history, which I really like. They kind of just get to the point. Sometimes they're too fast and I can't keep up with them. I need to, pause it and kind of get in a discussion with you all. But this is kind of interesting. They have like lands all over the place. Gibraltar is, I think, a unique situation. I know it played a pretty big role in World War II, the Rock, and I think Spain kind of wants it back. And I went here to Gibraltar in 2018, and it was actually way nicer than I thought. I didn't know what to expect. You hear of like the war rooms or something along those lines, like Churchill's kind of little command post over there. It's like in the rock. There's these tunnels there. It's protected. They have the airport there. They could control the kind of, it's not a canal, but just the entrance and exit to the Mediterranean Sea is extremely strategic. I understand why they want to keep it. If I was Britain, I would as well. Sorry, Spain, but or at least share it. I don't know. So this is just gonna go, why do they own it? So we'll jump in. I'll get a bunch of questions answered before I go rambling on of why I think they own it. But it's just a strategic place. It's plain and simple. Very nice though. A lot of monkeys there. The rock was really cool. The airport was neat, seeing the cars cross, and they had to stop them. The city was way nicer. They have like this little gondola thing that goes up into the mountains. As in the rock, not the mountains, the big mountain. Here we go.
The Iberian Peninsula is home to the lands of 5 countries. Andorra and France in the north, Portugal in the west, with Spain dominating the rest. Well, most of the rest, since country number 5, which sits in this tiny area in the south, is the United Kingdom. This territory is called Gibraltar, and despite numerous wars between the United Kingdom and Spain, Britain still holds the territory. Which raises the obvious question: why? Why does Britain own Gibraltar? So the first part of this question is, how did Britain get a hold of Gibraltar in the first place?
Yes.
Well, the answer to that is simple. In the year 1700, the King of Spain died. Now, normally, a king dying wouldn't be a problem, but this king, Charles II, didn't have any kids, which of course meant succession crisis. Charles chose Philippe of the House of Bourbon and grandson of Louis XIV of France to succeed him. This upset mostly everyone, since it placed Spain and its gargantuan empire firmly in the French sphere of influence, and so, of course, war. Everyone united against Spain and France, and in 1704, English and Dutch soldiers landed in Gibraltar and seized it to keep the mouth of the Mediterranean open. In 1713, in return for Britain leaving the war immediately, Spain opted to cede Gibraltar to them forever. Gibraltar's original population had largely fled during the war, and it was stationed by British troops, and from then on acted as an important naval base whose population grew thereafter. So Britain now owned Gibraltar, but what stopped Spain from regaining it? It was a tiny stretch of land attached to the Spanish mainland, so surely it would have been simple to walk in and take it. Well, turns out, no. It wasn't long until Spain and Britain were back at war again, and despite laying siege to Gibraltar a further 2 times over the next 75 years, it always held out. The largest siege came during the American War for Independence, when Britain's attention was focused on those rascals. Spain, with the help of the French, laid siege to Gibraltar for 4 years, hoping to starve the people out.
4 years? Did I hear that right? They sieged Gibraltar for 4 years.
French laid siege to Gibraltar for 4 years, hoping to starve the people out. However, the British were able to resupply Gibraltar due to the size of their navy and Spain's issues maintaining its own. As you'll know, Britain lost the war as a whole, and so when both sides sat down to negotiate, why didn't Spain use the opportunity to regain Gibraltar? 1, Britain hadn't been conquered or crushed and could still fight, meaning Spain couldn't get everything it wanted, and 2, it had more important land to regain, notably Florida and also Minorca, both of which it got. When all of that was over in 1783, Spain never made another military attempt to retake the Rock. So that's it all settled then, right? Well, no. The Spanish government always maintained a claim to Gibraltar, much of which was down to its geographic positioning at the mouth of the Mediterranean, and also because its continued loss was seen as a blight on Spain's national honour. For the next century and a half, though, very little changed with respect to Gibraltar. That was until 1936, when the Spanish Civil War broke out. The border was closed, mostly because of there being too many
Go away. Yeah, I can only imagine.
Refugees trying to flee Spain, and Britain further built up Gibraltar's defences. This caused disputes with Spanish leadership, since previously there had been an agreed neutral zone between the two areas. However, Spain wasn't looking, and so Britain quickly built up an airfield there, which became useful when World War II broke out. Now, Spain's new leader, Francisco Franco, was clear that he wanted Gibraltar back. However, when he was offered the chance to get it back by joining the Axis in World War II with Germany, he declined. Franco said no because the positives didn't outweigh the negatives.
I did not know that. Look at those pros and cons. And that's another video that I want to do in the future. Like, why didn't... I mean, they're probably just completely thrashed from their own civil war, but they never joined. They never helped either side, as far as I know. They never helped. Of course, they never joined, but why didn't they ever join in World War II? And then what were they doing during World War I? Were they a part of it?
Negatives, and also his country was in ruins. In the post-war world, there was a big drive towards decolonization, and Gibraltar was firmly in the crosshairs of this movement. A referendum was held in Gibraltar to determine whether the people wished to be a part of Spain or remain an overseas territory of the United Kingdom. And the results were extremely close, with over 99% of people opting to remain under the control of the United Kingdom.
Close.
When Franco caught a mild case of death and his regime came to an end, relations between Britain and Spain improved, and after a series of negotiations, the border reopened. And despite the continuing dispute over the status of Gibraltar, there would be no further changes in its status, and to this day it remains a British overseas territory. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and thank you for watching, with a special thanks to my patrons, James Bizen.
Yes, that was good. I mean, I guess I generally knew that. I kind of guessed it early on from just what I know, and when I've been there, I learned a little bit more, but yeah, when you go there, that was really good. That was really good. I like this History Matters. I don't know if I said that's by them. Yeah, the results were extremely close, 99%. He has a lot of little quips in here. I like it. Spain, give us Gibraltar back. Sure, gotta have a referendum. Gibraltar, no. UK shrugs. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, casually referring to the states as those rascals. Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems like from the British side, that's what we were. Just like, kind of pests to deal with. Farmers with pitchforks. The UK has the best collection of rocks ever. Yeah, I mean, Stonehenge, The Rock. We probably have a lot more. Mild case of death. However, Spain wasn't looking, and so Britain quickly built an airfield. I mean, yeah, it kind of seems like it. But yeah, that was good. That's pretty much what I thought. There it is. There it is. Yeah, but when I was there, I was impressed with Gibraltar. I expected more things to do with like military there, just because that's what I've heard about it and its role in World War II. You see the airfield there that they quickly added on. But yeah, it was really nice. It seemed like I was stepping just onto an island almost of an expansion of Britain out there, and everything like the architecture. You know, they had pubs there, all the food. You know, flags everywhere. I took the cruise out and we kind of sailed around to get to Gibraltar eventually. Yeah, and it was just kind of a offshoot of Britain, and it was kind of neat just being there. And you know, you see the pubs, the food, the flags, the city, the citizens, and just seems like you're back in Britain somewhere. So I thought that was very interesting. You know, Spain is right there, so you look out across the bay. I don't know why I'm pointing over there. I need to use the mouse. The bay here, and you just see all of Spain. It's just so weird. So let me know if there's more facts. I'm sure I said something incorrect there, and if I did, correct me, and we could chat about it. And let me know if you've been there, if there's anything else you want to add on to the history. These videos are really short, so I know I'm missing a lot, but I know this is a strategic area for Britain to have, and I understand why Spain wants it as well. I mean, it's kind of like one of those, is there a right answer kind of situation there? But they've had it for so long. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the comments. So until next time, thanks for joining. More history is coming. More geography is coming. More Britain, Spain, etc. Europe. I love Europe. So yeah, stay tuned and have a good rest of your day.